Email is a great way to professionally connect with people. It's a great way to communicate for work, and we often experience first impressions via email even as much or more than first impressions in person. Welcome to Go Natural English. It's me, Gabby Wallace, and today we are talking about how to not make one of these common mistakes that might be annoying people or ruining your professional relationships at work by email. So let's take a look, because last week we talked about how to connect when you're networking professionally for your business, for your career, for your work, and how to stay in touch with new contacts or new friends. And now that you have their contact information, well, you want to write an email, but you want to make sure that it looks good. So let's make sure that you're not doing one of these mistakes. And as you're watching, I would love to know which one of these you find to be the most annoying, the most irritating. For me, it's probably number 1 and number 10, the first and the last. Now, if you watch this and you can think of more annoying, unprofessional email mistakes that you've experienced, share them in the comments. Help us out. Nobody wants to be annoying by email. So these are points that I've personally experienced, and also that my colleagues have told me annoy them very much. So let's jump into it. Number 1. An inappropriate greeting. Now, this has to do with culture. In North America, in work culture, we do not say dear sir, dear madam. I know maybe in other parts of the world this seems really normal, but when I get an email that says dear madam, or especially dear sir, because I am not a sir, I am actually a madam, but madam sounds way too formal. So when I get an email that says dear sir or madam, I almost automatically delete it. Why? Because I know that that person doesn't know me, and they're probably trying to sell me something because it sounds totally disconnected, way too formal, and honestly kind of weird. So a more appropriate greeting that works in pretty much any situation is hi, plus the person's name. You definitely want to address the person by name. All right, guys, so now you know when you're writing me an email, you can say, hi, Gabby. Also, quick side note, we don't use titles like teacher. Teacher Gabby sounds really weird. I know you mean all the best by it, but if you want to sound more natural, if you want to write your work emails more like a native, don't use titles like this. So it depends on the situation, but make sure you're addressing people as they want to be addressed. And number 2, often I get emails with the longest subject lines because people are writing the actual email content in the subject line. So I think it's really funny because it's confusing. That's not what a subject line is for. A subject line is to give a general idea of why you're writing. So what do you want? What is the purpose of this email? And be specific, but not so detailed that you're writing more than like 10 words, because that should go in the body of the email. So on the other hand, don't be super generic, like, hi, Gabby. You know what? You want to be more specific, like, hi, Gabby, I met you at the conference last week, or I met you at conference name last week, or nice to meet you. But even that sounds kind of generic. And you know what happens when people see generic subject lines? They think it's spam. And nowadays there's so much spam, so you don't want to go to the spam folder. Avoid that by making your subjects clear. So why are you writing? What is the purpose of the email? What do you want? See if you can write that concisely in just a few words. Number 3, not introducing yourself. So who are you? If it's the first time you're writing an email, make sure the person receiving your email knows who you are and why you are writing. So introduce yourself and your relation to the person you're writing to, or what you hope to achieve by writing to them. A little bit of background, like 1 or 2 sentences, not your complete life story, please, but a couple background sentences is super helpful for that person to put you and your email in context. Number 4, speaking of telling your entire life story, number 4 is not getting to the point of the email quickly. Guys, don't make a coffee, sit down, put on your favorite album, and craft an hour-long email, because this is not novel writing. This should be direct, simple, clear information in emails. The purpose of an email is not to be poetic. It's not literature. Please, writing more words does not mean that it's a better email. The best emails are straight to the point and make it really clear why you're writing. Number 5, kind of related, one big long paragraph. This is really hard to read, so I prefer really short paragraphs of 2 to 3 sentences maximum. Again, this is not a novel. You are not writing Jane Eyre. You are writing a business memo in your email. Keep it short, because you know a lot of people are getting 100 emails every day, plus their Facebook messages, plus their Instagram direct messages, plus whatever else, I don't know, WhatsApp messages, plus phone calls. So make sure that you write in an organized way that's easy on the eyeballs. If you have a list, bullet points, numbers are appreciated. Make it aesthetically pleasing so people don't have to do this when they're reading. Like, what is this? I just got lost. I don't know what I'm reading. This happens to me all the time. You guys, break it up. Break it up into paragraphs, please. Moving along, number 6, being overly emotional with exclamation points, lots of exclamation points everywhere after every single sentence, 3 exclamation points, 5 exclamation points, 10 exclamation points. Guys, anything you have to write in an email, you know, you can express your emotion with 1 exclamation point, but when you use exclamation points after every single sentence, it doesn't make you look excited, it makes you look nutty, overly emotional. It could be taken the wrong way, and when everything's exciting, how do you know when something is especially exciting? You just don't know. So keep the exclamation points to a minimum. And on that note, emojis. Emojis, smiley faces, they are not professional. Avoid them. This is good for texts. It's good for instant messages, but not in a business email. It makes you look a little bit not so professional. Now, disclaimer, if you write me an email, I will probably respond with some emojis because I think they're fun and I like to treat my students in a friendly way. So this is also a matter of opinion. If you want to be more professional, more formal, don't use the emojis. If you're trying to be taken more seriously, don't use smiley faces. If you want to be more friendly and fun and casual, go ahead, let them loose. And to round out number 6 about being overly emotional, when you write in all capital letters, it looks like you are yelling. So let's keep the punctuation normal, capital letter to start the sentence, and the rest of the letters, unless it's an acronym, should be lowercase. Unless it's a pronoun like I, unless it's a proper noun like Boston University, it can be a lowercase letter. We do not use abbreviations like LOL or laughing noises like haha in email that is supposed to be professional. So don't use these unless you're texting or sending an instant message. And on that note, unfortunately, humor, especially sarcasm, does not translate well in text. So I would avoid that completely if you don't want misunderstandings, because sarcasm, humor can be really hard to read, literally, in emails. So again, just keep it short, simple, straight to the point. Be a straight shooter when you write your emails and you won't have misunderstandings. This can be really embarrassing when you meant something to be funny and then the other person takes it as straightforward. Oh my gosh, this has definitely happened to me before, so I'm telling you from experience. Not double checking your email spelling, grammar, and who you're sending it to. So you want to make sure that you give yourself at least a minute to just review everything, reread your email, double check that email address that you're sending it to. I have received a lot of emails for Gabriel, Gabriella, and other Gabbies out there in the world, and I'm telling you, it's pretty funny when it happens, but you don't want that to happen to you. So check that email address, check that name. I have received so many emails for other English learning websites out there, and I think that's pretty funny too. But again, check the name, make sure that you're not just copying and pasting, make sure that you have the name spelled correctly. You guys, Gabby, not one B, but two. I'm Gabby. But you don't say it like that. Please don't say it like that. And what else? You want to double check your spelling, double check your grammar. Grammar check. If there is a red squiggly line, there is a high probability that you may have spelled something wrong or it may be grammatically incorrect. So take a minute, because oftentimes you know what the correct spelling and grammar is, but we all make careless mistakes. So take a minute, check that over. Boom, boom, boom. Address line. Greeting, spelling and grammar, and did you end with an appropriate goodbye? Respectfully, best regards, my best, thank you, all great choices. And my favorite, or maybe my unfavorite, is expecting a response right away. I am guilty. I get excited when I send emails and I want that response like yesterday, especially if it's something important or if I'm nervous or worried about something. Of course, I want to know the response right away. Of course, I want someone to respond within 3 seconds, but email is not like that. And generally, business emails are responded to within a 2 to 3 day period, Monday through Friday, working days, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't get bent out of shape if they don't respond right away. Don't send multiple emails if they haven't responded yet. If 5 days go by, generally speaking, and you haven't gotten a response, then you might want to follow up on it. Okay, if it's super urgent, if 3 to 4 days have gone by and you still haven't heard about it and you are just dying a slow death inside, then maybe follow up on it, but always be kind. All right, always be kind, because you don't know what the other person on the other side of that email, on the other side of that computer screen is going through. They could have a rough day, and your kindness via email, your beautifully spaced paragraphs, your nice salutation, greeting, your goodbye, your beautiful, straightforward email could really make their day. It could really make my day. If you'd like to send me more email, I would love that. You can actually sign up for my email list at gonaturalenglish.com, and I will send you my best tips by email, my best free tips by email. Now, if you're curious about what to write in those beautiful paragraphs, if you would like to know what phrases are common and professional and also idiomatic to make you sound really natural when you're writing your business email in English, then stay around. Make sure that you subscribe for next week's video. We're going to talk about top 10 phrases. We're going to talk about the top 10 phrases that you should use in your work email. So I can't wait to talk to you next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And while you're waiting, I highly recommend that you meet me right over here to watch last week's video about how to connect and network with new friends and colleagues. And if you've already seen that one, well then let's meet over here to see conversation control, phrases that you can use to have better conversation. This is a really awesome lesson. So I'll see you here, and then I'll see you over here. All right, thanks, bye.